Imagine this. Every scar, every heartbreak, every failure you've endured wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to shape you. Pain isn't just something you survive. It's something you can transform. The truth is, pain can either become your prison, holding you back in bitterness and regret, or it can become your fuel, launching you into a life of unstoppable purpose. The difference lies in one simple mental shift. Stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "How can this serve me and others?" When you make this shift, everything changes. That betrayal, it gives you empathy to connect with others. That failure, it teaches you resilience that no book could ever explain. That heartbreak, it awakens a strength inside you that you didn't even know existed. Suddenly, your pain is no longer a wound. It's a weapon for growth. It's the very force that propels you into becoming the strongest version of yourself. Think about the people you admire most. Almost every story of greatness has a chapter of pain. The difference is, they didn't let their pain define them. They let it refine them. They turned tears into testimonies, losses into lessons, and suffering into service. And so can you. Your pain has meaning if you give it meaning. Don't waste it by staying stuck in anger or regret. Don't waste it by replaying the past. Instead, use it, channel it, build with it, create with it, serve with it, because when you do, your purpose becomes unstoppable. So today, I challenge you, stop asking why me and start declaring watch me rise, watch me grow, watch me turn this pain into power. Your story isn't over, it's just beginning, and the world is waiting for the unstoppable purpose that only you can bring. ChatGPT said, "Pain has a way of stopping us in our tracks. When life knocks us down with betrayal, failure, or heartbreak, the first question we usually ask is, why me? Why did this happen? Why did I have to go through this? Why couldn't things have been different?" That question keeps us stuck, trapped in a cycle of regret, self-pity, and confusion. It anchors us to the past, replaying what can't be changed. But the truth is, the answer to "why me" will never set you free. Even if you found out the exact reason, it wouldn't erase the pain, and it wouldn't move you forward. The real freedom, the real transformation, happens when you shift that question to something far more powerful. What now? Asking what now takes the focus away from the pain itself and places it on your response. Life isn't about what happens to you. It's about what you do with it. The mental shift from "why me" to "what now" is where pain turns into purpose. Suddenly, instead of sitting in your suffering, you're standing up with new clarity. Instead of being consumed by the unfairness, you're asking, "How can I use this? How can I grow from this? How can I let this shape me instead of break me?" That one shift unlocks the door to possibility, resilience, and strength you didn't even know you had. Think about it. Every person who has turned tragedy into triumph made this shift. They stopped obsessing over why life hit them so hard and started focusing on what they could do with what was left. That's why some people crumble under the weight of pain, while others rise stronger and unstoppable. It's not about the size of the storm, it's about the choice you make in the middle of it. Asking "what now" is a declaration that you refuse to let pain have the last word in your story. When you embrace this shift, you realize that pain is not permanent, it's a passage. It's a stage, not a sentence. And on the other side of it, there is purpose waiting for you. But you'll never reach that purpose if you keep asking "why me?" Because that question ties you to the past. "What now" points you to the future. It says, "I may not understand why this happened, but I know I can still decide how to respond. I can still choose my next step. I can still build something powerful out of this brokenness." So the next time pain knocks at your door, remember this. You can't always control what happens, but you can always control how you respond. Instead of drowning in the why, rise with the what now. That choice alone is the seed of unstoppable purpose. That choice alone is what transforms your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom, and your setbacks into strength. Pain carries an energy with it. It's heavy, it's raw, and it often feels unbearable. Most people allow that energy to consume them, to drain them, to weigh them down until they feel like they can't move forward. But here's the truth. That same energy that feels like it's crushing you can also be the very fire that fuels you. Pain can either paralyze you or propel you. The choice is yours. When you learn to transform your pain into fuel, you stop letting it be the weight on your shoulders and start letting it be the wind at your back. Think about a rocket. It cannot leave the ground without pressure and fire. The explosion that looks destructive is actually the very force that launches it into space. Your pain is no different. What feels like destruction can be the ignition that propels you into a higher version of yourself. Every disappointment, every heartbreak, every failure carries with it the potential energy to push you further than you've ever gone before, if you choose to channel it. Instead of saying, "This pain is draining me," you begin to say, "This pain is driving me." The way to make this shift is to reframe how you see your struggle. Pain is proof that you are alive, that you have endured, and that you are stronger than the thing that tried to break you. When you wake up each day carrying the memory of what you've been through, you can either wear it as a chain or you can carry it as fuel. Remind yourself, if I can survive that, then I can handle what comes next. That mindset turns past suffering into present strength. It gives you fire in your soul to fight for a future worth living. History is full of people who used their pain as fuel. The leaders, the visionaries, the game changers of this world didn't rise because life was easy. They rose because life was hard, and they chose to let the hardness sharpen them instead of crush them. The same applies to you. You don't have to let your pain make you bitter. You can let it make you unstoppable. You don't have to let it break you down. You can let it build you up. The beautiful thing about transforming pain into fuel is that it gives your struggle a purpose. Nothing is wasted when you use it to push you forward. Every sleepless night, every tear, every moment you thought you couldn't keep going, they all become energy in your engine. And the harder your past tried to stop you, the stronger the fuel it gave you to keep moving. So take your pain and burn it into passion. Take your wounds and turn them into firewood for your vision. Don't let the energy of your struggle go to waste. Redirect it, harness it, and let it carry you toward your destiny. Because once you learn to transform pain into fuel, there is nothing and no one that can stop you. Your pain no longer becomes your weakness, it becomes your power. Every painful experience in life carries a hidden gift, but most people never find it because they're too focused on the wound instead of the wisdom. When something hurts us deeply, whether it's betrayal, failure, loss, or disappointment, it's natural to feel consumed by the pain. We replay the moments, we analyze the mistakes, we ask why it happened. But the truth is, pain is not just a punishment or a burden, it's a teacher. Inside every struggle lies a lesson that can transform you if you're willing to look for it. The key is to stop asking, "Why am I suffering?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" When you embrace this mindset, pain stops being meaningless. Suddenly, that breakup teaches you about self, worth, and boundaries. That failure teaches you about perseverance and strategy. That rejection teaches you that you're being redirected towards something better. Every painful moment, no matter how small or how overwhelming, carries wisdom. And once you extract the lesson, the pain loses its power to control you. It becomes part of your growth, not part of your prison. Think about the strongest, wisest people you know or admire. They didn't become that way because everything in life worked out perfectly. They became that way because they learned through the storms. Life threw pain at them, and instead of just absorbing the suffering, they mined the lesson. That is why they carry strength, wisdom, and resilience that others can feel. Their power comes from the fact that they didn't waste their pain, they studied it. The truth is, pain without meaning is just suffering, but pain with meaning becomes transformation. When you learn the lesson, you stop seeing your struggle as wasted time or wasted energy. You see it as training. Just like a muscle grows stronger under stress, your character grows deeper under trials. Each lesson you gain from your pain becomes a tool you can use for the rest of your life. That's why some people walk through fire and come out bitter, while others walk through fire and come out brilliant. It all depends on whether they found the lesson. And here's the beautiful part. When you learn the lesson, you can teach it. Your story becomes more than just scars. It becomes a source of wisdom for others who are walking through similar struggles. Suddenly, your pain not only grows you, but also serves the world around you. That's how struggle transforms into unstoppable purpose. So the next time life knocks you down, don't just ask, "Why did this happen?" Ask instead, "What is this trying to show me? What wisdom is hidden here? What lesson will I carry forward?" When you do that, pain turns into a professor, guiding you towards strength, resilience, and clarity. And once you start learning from your struggles, you stop being a victim of your past and start being the author of your future. Pain often feels personal, like a battle we fight alone. But the truth is, what you've endured can become the very thing that inspires and heals someone else. Serving others through your story is one of the most powerful ways to transform pain into unstoppable purpose. When you take your wounds and turn them into words, your story becomes a bridge, connecting your survival to someone else's hope. Think about it. How many times have you felt encouraged by hearing someone else's struggles and realizing you're not alone? That's the power of storytelling. Your story carries the same potential. The heartbreak that once left you shattered can become a testimony of strength. The failure that once embarrassed you can become proof that resilience works. The battles you fought in silence can become the voice that tells someone, "You can overcome this too." Sharing your story doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It simply means you're willing to use your experiences for good. When you open up, you give others permission to heal. You remind them that pain is survivable, that it doesn't have to be the end, and that there's life beyond the struggle. This is where pain finds its highest purpose, when it's no longer just about your growth, but about lifting others. Serving others through your story transforms your suffering into service. It creates meaning out of moments that once felt meaningless, and it shows the world that what tried to break you actually built you. So don't hide your scars, share them, because your story is not just your own. It's the light someone else is waiting to see in their darkest moment. Suffering is never easy, but it carries within it an incredible opportunity, the chance to build strength that nothing else can give you. Just like a muscle only grows when it's placed under resistance, your character, resilience, and courage only grow when life tests you. Every hardship you endure is like weight training for your soul. The more you push through, the stronger you become. When pain strikes, the first instinct is often to run, to numb it, or to avoid it. But strength is never built by avoiding resistance. Strength is built by facing it head on. Every sleepless night, every tear, every moment you thought you couldn't keep going but still did, that is proof of your power. You don't build resilience by living an easy life. You build it by walking through storms and realizing that they cannot destroy you. The beauty of suffering is that it reveals strength you never knew you had. Sometimes you won't realize how powerful you are until life forces you to be, and once that strength is built, no one can take it from you. It becomes a part of who you are, a foundation that carries you through future challenges. This is why some of the strongest, most inspiring people you'll ever meet are those who have suffered deeply. They didn't crumble because of their pain, they let it refine them. Their suffering forged strength, and their strength became their purpose. So the next time you're facing hardship, remember, this isn't the end. This is training. Every moment of suffering is building a version of you that is tougher, wiser, and unshakable. And when you rise from it, you won't just be stronger, you'll be unstoppable. Setbacks can feel like dead ends, but in reality, they are often redirections. What looks like failure is sometimes life's way of steering you towards something greater. A closed door may sting, but it usually means it wasn't your door to begin with. When you start to see setbacks as setups, you stop seeing them as losses and start seeing them as opportunities in disguise. Think about the times in your life when something didn't work out the way you wanted. Maybe it was a job, a relationship, or a dream that fell apart. In the moment, it felt like the end, but later, you realized it pushed you towards something better, something more aligned with your purpose. That's the hidden gift of setbacks. They don't destroy you, they redirect you. Every time you stumble, you're being invited to rise differently, smarter, stronger, and more focused. Setbacks are setups for comebacks, but only if you choose to see them that way. Don't waste energy on the doors that closed. Focus on the new ones opening. Because the truth is, life's greatest breakthroughs often come right after its greatest disappointments.